Hey everyone, Jim here, Boots and Whiskey Podcast. Welcome to another episode of the show. So I'm having a tough time knowing where to look at this camera because it's kind of I've set things up new, but whatever. Because I was looking back at a couple of episodes and like the first front half of my face on the intro and outro are gone, and nobody wanted to tell me this. So I'll just go fuck all of myself. But anyway, um, we have Tristan Roberson here, not Robertson, which is what I've been saying for months, in weeks, in days. Roberson. I'm probably even saying it wrong. Um, but Tristan is here. Tristan is doing some cool shit. He's winning awards in the Texas music scene. He's from Texas. When we talked to him, this was a few weeks ago now. He had just made his Whiskey Jam debut, which if you pay attention to the music scene at all, Whiskey Jam is kind of like a big deal. Um, what else? What else? What else? He's got some great tunes out. Go check those out after this episode. And that's really it. I think this kid has the potential to be somebody we're talking about in the realm of Cody Johnson, Coetzel. I'm talking like name recognition. I think he's got more of a Cody Johnson sound than a Coetzel. But he's in the ballpark. He's in the Park McCollums of the world. He's in that grade. So I hope you enjoy the conversation. I think the camera's over here. It's pissing me off. I might go back to the other way. Anyway, so thanks for being here. If it's your first time here, welcome. If it's not your first time here, you know what you're in for. Like I said, if it's your first time, would love to have you. Uh, we're not your run-of-the-mill podcast, as you've probably already seen just from the intro alone. Everything is not super professional. It is what it is. We enjoy the conversation. It's about the conversation with the artist. And that's it. We fuck around and find out. That's it. So again, Tristan, thank you so much for being here. We hope you enjoy the episode. Sit back, relax, enjoy, and happy Monday. Cheers. But we are literally just gonna shoot the shit and find out what happens.
That's perfect.
All right.
That's what I like to do anyway.
Awesome. Awesome.
First off, I just want to say I'm in a bus right now because we're on tour.
Yeah.
We're headed back home. So sorry if you can hear the road and if the lighting kind of sucks.
No,
I'll try and, work around it. But,
it's totally fun. That's what makes this
sweetie,
show what it is.
for sure.
We prefer it to be rough around the edges.
There you go. That's awesome.
So thanks for being here, man, and taking the
For
time.
sure. Yeah, man. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. I've been seeing a lot about you. I've heard a lot about you. Our good friend Liz sent you over to me, and I honestly, this is going to be about you. Like, I kind of want you to tell your story,
That's awesome.
and
That's super cool.
I'll jump in with stupid ass shit along the way. So
That's awesome. Sweet. Let me see. Oh.
this is how it always happens. No, bro, no worries, no worries. That's again, like I said, this is what this show is about. So
Yeah.
go on and tell us who you are, what you're doing, and kind of a little brief synopsis of how you got to where you are now.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm Tristan Roberson. I'm 18 years old, and I've been doing this music thing for about 2.5 years, almost 3 years. Professionally. I picked up my first guitar when I was 8 or 9, and learned all the YouTube songs, and then I set it down for a while, and then freshman year rolled around, and I really wanted social media, so I talked to my parents and was like, hey, I'll start posting music videos to social media if you let me have it. And I posted a few videos on there and got some attention, and I was like, dang, I can do this for a living, And so I wrote my first song and recorded it, put it on Spotify, and now we're here on a full length tour. It's crazy.
Yeah. Now, where has this taken you? Like, where are you coming back from as we're talking?
Yeah, for sure. So last night we were just at the Whiskey Jam in Nashville, Tennessee. So we did that, and then the day before we were at the Texas Country Music Awards. at Billy Bob's, and I won Emerging Artist of the Year, which is kind of cool.
Congratulations.
But man, we've been all over the country, Missouri, Arkansas, Texas, so we're trying to do something.
Yeah. Now that drive from Billy Bob's to Nashville, that's a hell of a haul overnight.
It is, yeah, it really is. Like we literally left the night of the award show, drove 3 or 4 hours to cut off some of the time in the morning when we woke up to drive. So it was wild, but it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah. Now, how was the Texas Country Music Awards? Because that's something I've always wanted to go to.
It's fun, it's really good to see like everybody in the industry and all your friends, you made along the way. So it's super cool. You should definitely go. It's
Yeah,
it's it's a good networking place too. So
absolutely. Like we saw, we've been friendly with Creed Fisher for a while, right? And we saw that he
yeah,
won an award the other night, and we're actually going to be seeing him Friday. We're talking Veterans Day, so
yeah,
we'll be seeing him this coming Friday up here. So that'll be nice to see him again. But for you growing up, was did you? I know you're young, right? Or you're younger,
yeah.
but did you understand or grasp the scope of the Texas country music scene while you were growing up?
Not at all. No, really. I was introduced to it, when I first started, and really when I met my radio promoter, Greg Sachs, and I didn't understand like how put together this scene was. I thought like Nashville was the only music scene on the planet, and you had to go move to Nashville. But then I started doing gigs, got in contact with a bunch of artists and Greg, and he really showed me around in this industry, and I was like, dang, this Texas thing is kind of awesome. So
Yeah.
we've kind of just been doing our thing, getting to know people, and yeah.
Now, when you started, were you trying to make this a thing, or were you just doing it just to throw out songs out there and see what was going to happen?
Yeah, it was kind of both. Like I really just wanted social media at the beginning, so I was like, I'm just gonna do it to get Instagram, Snapchat, all that stuff. But then after a while, I was kind of like, well, I could do this the rest of my life, and so it quickly evolved to like, this is my job, and I love what I do, and I don't ever want to stop, So
Yeah.
yeah.
Now, how much convincing of your parents did it take to be like, "Hey, I'm going to do this. Like, forget about everything else. This is what I'm not going to have a regular 9 to 5 desk job. I'm going to do this."
Yeah, they were really supportive, because they were always saying I was standing on top of tables and singing when I was younger. So they were ready for me to be a star or whatever, and so I was like, all right, we could try, and they were like, yes, it's perfect, let's do it. And so that's kind of why they were a little more accepting of it.
Yeah. Now, what were some of those first songs you started to learn while you were, getting your feet wet?
Like Smoke on the Water, I kind of forgot a bunch of them, but, the simple, Stairway to Heaven, Wonderwall, all that stuff, like just learning the very basic songs of YouTube. You look up guitar tutorials on YouTube, and those are the first three songs, so
Yeah. So you
yeah,
had no, I was
what's up?
saying, you had no previous music training before this?
No, yeah, like I got my first guitar, and, I did take lessons after that, like around 13, 14. I took some lessons. I went to the School of Rock, and
Oh, okay, yeah.
yeah, and I did that for a while. And I quickly found out like rock wasn't my main genre. So I switched over to the Frisco School of Music from where I'm from in Frisco. and learn how to sing properly and learn how to play the piano a little bit. But then, you know, I kind of I set it aside for a while, and then just played my guitar at home, and then the whole TikTok thing started. So, yeah.
Now, what was it that you posted on TikTok to make you kind of like start to blow up?
It was my first song. Like, I got some really good feedback off of it. It was called "The Reaper Keeps Creeping." I did a few covers that kind of, did pretty well, like "Something in the Orange." There was one I did with one of my buddies. That was an indie song. It wasn't a country song, but yeah. So it kind of just, it wasn't like an overnight thing. It was kind of like a progression, and just more followers built up, and I was like, dang, okay, this is kind of cool. So,
Yeah, you know, because you do have that sound that is making I don't want to say a comeback, but kind of a comeback where it sounds like that classic country with a modern twist to it. The Zach Tops,
yeah,
the Zach Bryans, the list goes on. Were you
for
aiming for
sure.
that, or is that just how your voice naturally sounds?
I think it's kind of both. My parents used to listen to 80s, 90s country, when they were younger, and still do. And so I've been raised on that, and I don't really like, rap stuff, so I definitely don't want any, trap beats on my songs. But
No,
so my voice is definitely, I feel like it's built for more traditional stuff, and there's a time and place. Like, I love folk music too, so like I'll write a folk song here and there, and I got one coming out on the album. We're announcing another album soon, going into next year. But I definitely fell in love with the traditional country there.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it is the best. It is the best country there is.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
Now, with the way you're writing songs and that, and like I don't want to harp on how young you are, but like where does it come from? Because like to be fair, right? Being 18, you haven't lived certain parts of life yet. Like I mean that's just reality, right? Like you're not
Yeah,
married, you don't have children, you don't have, I mean you may have gone through a heartbreak or two, but like not a quote unquote real one, and I don't mean
yeah,
that negatively or against you at all. I'm very
yeah,
envious. Like, where does it come from? Like, where do those songs come from? Because they have heart, man. They're freaking
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, for sure. So, I have definitely had, I've had girlfriends and broken up with them in the past. So, I
Yeah.
kind of understand it a little bit, but most of the songs I write about are stories about other people.
Okay.
Like I have a bunch of older friends who have been through, stuff, and they tell me about it, and I'm like, dang, that sucks, but like that could be a song, so I'm gonna make a song out of it.
Yeah.
And I like writing love songs because I'm currently in a 2.5 year relationship. So, uh, they come from the heart. I try to stay as, you know, close to who I am as possible. I don't, want to write a fake song.
Yeah. Absolutely. No, but is that hard? Like, as a writer and singer, is it hard to take somebody else's situation, write a song about it, and connect to it?
Um, I mean, not really, not to me, because I feel like I can feel like I'm a person that, like, if you need to tell me or talk to somebody, like, I'm the guy, and I feel like I can relate to a lot of people. So like I understand what people are going through when they tell me what's going on in their situation. So I feel like I can really put that feeling into words by writing songs. So I feel like it's not too hard to put their story and relate it to like me and how I would feel.
Sure. Sure. Now, let me
Yeah.
ask you this: while you're doing this and on the road and doing all this stuff, are you done high school completely at this point?
Yeah, I'm in my senior year of high school
Okay.
right now. So
So
you know,
I'm curious. Like,
I'm
how do you
sorry.
manage? No, no, it's all right. How do you manage that? How are you going about managing that?
Yeah, so I go to a private school, so they are very lenient with
Oh, okay,
you know, all the touring and stuff. You know, I they gave me um, a certain amount of days that I can miss, and then you know, if I go past that, then I'll have to reconsider going online school. But right now, I'm in person. My grades are doing fine, and you know, senior year isn't the hardest year, so it's
true,
pretty easy.
true. You know,
Yeah,
I think back to my senior year, and I think I had like 3 or 4 study halls. I had gym, and I think I had lunch and band, and I think that was
yeah,
it. I think that's all I
that's
did.
funny. That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. So what was the hope? What was the goal, you know, prior to this music thing taking off? Like what did you want to do?
Yeah, before music.
Yeah.
Sorry, you kind of cut out there.
No, that's all right.
Um, you know, I didn't really know. I was really, you know, I was kind of confused on what to do with my life before music came around because you know I didn't really think about the future back then. Uh, but I told myself that if music goes sideways, I'd be like a tradesman or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's all I got. But I would start my own business, but I could not go, you know, to college. Like
Yeah.
college school is just not my thing, man.
Yeah. I get it. I get it. No, did you play sports?
I did. Yeah, I played football eighth, ninth, and 10th grade, but then I hurt my back pretty bad in football, so I you know put that to the side, and then I played baseball eighth, ninth, and 10th and 11th grade. And then I ate a fly ball right into these four bottom teeth, knocked them completely out, and I was like, all right, sports are just not my thing. So
Yeah.
dropped that too, and I just did full time music. So that I
Wow.
mean, I miss sports, but you know, I don't like getting hurt. So
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. You know, especially if you're getting hurt like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
So, so I got to ask about Whiskey Jam. How did you get on that? Because Whiskey Jam's a, you know, for me, to me, it's a big deal. Like Whiskey Jam is like
Oh yeah.
everybody wants to be on Whiskey Jam.
Exactly. No, yeah, I was super blessed to be a part of it. You know, so my booking agent rent or they worked something out with Whiskey Jam to do the TKO takeover, which is the company with a bunch of booking agents, you know, together. So they, you know, made a bill of all the TKO artists and put it together, and it and we got chosen. So it was cool. You know, it was
That's
fun.
awesome.
It
Now,
was super super exciting. Again.
did you have to submit something to that, or was it like you were just like, hey, you know, do you want to do this or no, kind of thing?
Yeah, it was a. Do you want to do this or no? Yeah, because my booking agent was like, "Hey, I'm doing this thing. We have a slot open. You wanna be a part?" And we were like, "Yeah, let's do it."
Now, did you get to
So
do it full band or was it solo?
it was full band.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah. The whole band is in here, but they
Uh-huh.
got their headphones in, and it's a mess in here. So
Yeah. So how's that been for you? Like, what's that lifestyle like? Like, are you enjoying it?
yeah, it's a lot of work. Yeah, we're all having a great time. You know, I'm at least I am. You know, I mean, this is my dream, and it's coming true. So just to see it like manifest itself into what it's becoming is just wild. And you know, we
Yeah.
keep getting better day by day. You know, night after night, show by show. You know, you know, we're getting better, and it's good to see everybody, you know, growing. You know, not even just musically, but like who they really are. You know, so
Yeah.
it's super fun. We're having a great time.
Now, where did you find the guys in your band?
Yeah. So my best friend who's now in college, Davey, he had a band called the Bandanas, and so he had my drummer Zach, my background vocalist and acoustic guitar player Dexter, and Carlos, who's my electric guitarist. They were all in a band together, and they broke off because Davey moved to Alabama to go to school, and everybody was going to school, and I guess they were still trying to do music, and so I hit them up. I was like, hey, like we're doing this show in I forgot the date. It was like May of 24. Yeah, May of 2024. And I was like, hey, we got a month to, work something up for this show. Would y'all be down to, do a few rehearsals and see if we can do this thing? And they were like, yeah, sure. And so I hit my old music teacher up because he used to play, he plays bass. And so I was like, hey, we need a bassist for the show. I got an electric guitarist, a drummer, and an acoustic player. Would you be down to, join? And he was like, yeah, sure. And so we did a few rehearsals, and we were a little bit unprepared, so it was a little scary playing, but it was still a fun time. It was really cool, and
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that's probably it. Thanks for doing it, appreciate it. And then we got offered to come back that what was it, September? It was that September. So September 2024. I was like, hey, we're doing it again in September. Like, would y'all be down to do it again? And they were like, yeah, why not? And so we ran it up again. We were all nervous again, and it was a little bit better. I think we had a little bit more intricate things going on, so it was a little struggle. It was a struggle to put together, but it sounded fine. And after that, I was like, okay, well, we're getting a lot of offers for shows. Like, would y'all be down to stick around and go on tour if that means we go on tour? And they were like, yeah. And my music teacher, who was playing bass at the time, was like, hey man, like I don't really like playing bass, because he's mainly a drummer. And so he was like, I got this guy, his name's Simon. I'm gonna give you his info. Maybe y'all can work something out. And so I call Simon up. He's like, let's meet at a rehearsal. And so we got all the guys together, and I sent him the songs that we were playing. We ran a rehearsal, and I think he thought we were kind of crazy at first, but he got used to us, and it was good. It all worked out, and now we're all on tour. The same guys that we basically started with. So we've really grown together in this industry, and it's really cool to watch.
That's awesome. It's always nice when you can, kind of keep the same guys and, grow together, like you said. It makes a big difference.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Now, what is your sets looking like? Like, are you doing majority of your own stuff? Are you throwing? I mean, obviously, you got to throw in some covers, I'm sure, here and there. Like, how does it look for you?
Yeah, most of them it's like 80-20, so 80% originals and 20% covers. Because we're not a cover band.
Right.
We're a touring artist. So mostly originals.
Yeah. Now, I'm notorious for talking about how much I hate cover songs. Like, I hate when people cover tunes, especially when they have good tunes,
Yeah,
right? Like,
yeah, yeah.
I know I'm in the minority with that a lot of the time, but like, do you have a favorite song that you cover that you're like, you know what, this one I could is all right.
Yeah, we do "Sounds Like the Radio" by Zach Top, and it's a fun one. It's right at the start of the show. About 3 songs in, so that one's a really fun one. Watermelon Crawl by Tracy Bird. We play that one. And then we finish our set with Revival by Zach Bryan, which is super energetic. And I let the boys, go a little crazy on their instruments during that one.
I
So
was just
it's
gonna
super
say,
fun.
do you do it the way Zach does it live, where it's almost 45 minutes long,
Yeah.
and everybody gets
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Yeah. We do it for like 15 minutes. It's
yeah.
wild. The crowd goes wild afterwards. So it's awesome.
That's awesome. Now, are there songs you've tried to cover that aren't yours that just didn't work?
Yeah, we've had a few. Like we tried to do a George Jones song, and it was meh. We tried to do Good Directions by Billy Currington, and I just not for my voice. So we have a few songs that we tried that were just like, not the coolest. So
Yeah. Now, what about your songs? Like, which of your songs are your favorites that
I don't know.
you'll never get sick of?
Well, I'm sorry you cut out. Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I was saying, which of your songs are your favorites? Like your original songs?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So the title track of my album that's out right now, my debut album, is called One Night in Dallas, and that one's a fun one. We start the set out with that song. I like that one, and then there's another one off the album. It's called She Still Calls Me, that the band collectively considers the most favorite of the bands. So
Now, do you have any songs of your own that you like that you've put out that this may sound bad, but like you could never play again and be okay?
yes, I do. Yeah, well, I've released my second song, and it was called "Be With You Tonight," and it sounds good on the record, and you know, but in person it's just terrible. Like it's not terrible, but I just don't like it.
I love the
So
honesty, and I
like
think that's
I just sound weird.
I love how honest you are about it because a lot of artists would be like, "No, I love every one of my songs," but like when you can be like, "No, you know what, this one it's good, but it's not." I think that's real, and I love that. I freaking love that.
Yeah, for sure.
So now, what's your plans now? You said a new album is going to come at the beginning of the year or next year. Like, what's it looking like for what you can talk about for next year and all that?
Yeah, we're still trying to work out a release date and stuff, but we're currently in the studio recording, cutting demos and sending tracks off to the artists to get stuff rolling. But we're still in the very early stages of everything, so we don't really have an estimate on when it's going to come out.
Okay. Now, have you worked? What about like
Yeah.
single releases? Do you have any singles coming out before an album would be coming out?
Yeah, so I'm dropping a Christmas song this Friday. It's called Santa Drove My Bronco. It's a fun one. And then we got a few others lined up that I'm not gonna say just yet, but
No, that's fine.
they're
That's fine.
super good. I'm excited to see how they do and see what the people think of it.
Nice. Now, touring wise, where do you want to see yourself like a year from now? Like if you could have a perfect situation, what's it realistically looking like for you?
Oh man, I hope to be going on a sold out tour. I think that's realistic. You know, maybe not stadiums yet, but 400 cap rooms. I have high expectations for
I
what
love
we're
that.
doing over here, but I'll take anything that God gives me. It's His plan, not mine.
Yeah. Yeah. I honestly, dude, you have such a killer sound and the songs you have out are amazing and I'm excited to see what you do because I really think you have the potential to be the next big thing. I really do.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. It means a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah, absolutely. Now for people that may know you, may not know you, like tell people how to keep in touch, keep in contact, see what you're doing, watch you grow. Because I mean, honest to God, I don't think anybody would be disappointed with what you're doing.
Yeah, yeah. So I have a website at www.tristanrobersonmusic. I'm on all social media. If you just look up my name, I'll be there. But we're trying to do something over here, and we're just having a good time,
Yeah. And you know, you're keeping. I love the keeping country music. You know,
Yeah,
it's not
same here.
overproduced. It's not flashy. It's genuine. It's authentic. It's fantastic, man.
That's awesome. Well, I really appreciate it. That's what we're going for. So I'm glad people notice it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, man, I hope you have the safest of travels home, and I can't. When the album comes out, we'll do this again so that people can get a better taste and see where we're at.
For sure. Well, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. It was a good time. Sorry
Anytime,
that
brother.
we were driving.
No,
We
it's awesome.
got caught up in a lot of traffic. And yeah,
It's totally
but
fine. It's totally fine.
that's you. Well,
We'll
thank
talk
you
to you
again. I
soon,
really
and
appreciate
yeah,
it. Yes,
and
sir. We'll,
congratulations on
we'll
the
see you
award.
soon.
All righty,
Thank you. I
welcome. Of
appreciate it.
course.
I'll see you around.
All righty, see you later. Well, there you have it, everyone. Our conversation with Tristan Roberson. I moved the camera back. It's probably cutting off my face. I don't care. The other way was annoying too. I feel like I'm actually looking at somebody, like the other. Forget it. Anyway, um, so thanks for being here, Tristan. Thank you so much, man. You're killing it, brother. You're doing the thing, man, and you're doing it well. So keep that going, and we'll be back next week for another episode. I don't know who's on. I'd have to go back and look, but somebody good. So thanks for being here again. Happy New Year, and cheers.